Welcome to the Lynn Miller Room. On this edition of the Eagles Sports Coaches Show, we'll start off with newly crowned Ohio Valley Conference champion regular season, Jaime Gordon of the volleyball team here. Third straight regular season title. I know that it's divisional play this year, but still, the title's a title.
Yeah, and our team has worked really hard. I'm really proud of the job that they've done. They've stayed very focused, every week, every day in practice, and for us to, we still have a couple more matches left in the regular season, but for us to be at this point and be 14-0 in a very competitive volleyball conference is quite an accomplishment.
Each time we get together, we talk about the streak, and I know that you always like to talk about it one at a time and not get any rush, but the streak is amazing if you know the competition in the Ohio Valley Conference and the volleyball atmosphere at Morehead State. It's a nice thing for this squad to put on the resume.
Yeah, it is, and I think what's also exciting about it, kind of as you take a step back and you look at it, of those 20 matches that we have consecutive wins, 14 of them are in conference, and which is night in, night out, very difficult. But then on the front end of it, we have some big matches, some big wins in there that's part of that streak as well. We have a win against Missouri, Valpo, matches on the road at UNC Greensboro and Wilmington. So it kind of spans even a little bit more than that OVC play, which is kind of special.
Your seniors winding down their careers here, the regular season careers, and over the last 2 years, it's been pretty wild for them because it's been hard to beat Morehead State volleyball in the Ohio Valley Conference.
Well, it is, and I think a lot of the credit goes to them and their teammates. They have not allowed for distractions to come in, and that's usually what happens. You see, even with a talented team, you'll have one match that you kind of drop, and I think one of the things that this team has done is a very good job of is if one area of our game is struggling, let's say our defense isn't quite there, they pick it up in another area, and they do that as a team, but then also individually, so that if one part of their game isn't working, hey, you know what, I'm going to pick it up in this area.
You mentioned you have regular season games left tonight. As we tape this on Wednesday, you have Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah, and that's that'll be fun. I think anytime you have two conference teams that are also the school rivals, you throw everything else out the window. The emotion is really high, and anything can happen. And we're looking forward to that opportunity to play a midweek match at home against our school rival, and hopefully be out there and compete.
And then this weekend you close here?
Actually, down at Austin Peay.
Okay,
so we'll hit the road for the last match, which is kind of an interesting setup because of the way that we went to divisional play this year. It's the only match that we play Austin Peay, and it happens to fall at the very last match of our conference season. So while we've watched them a lot on film, we haven't seen them yet, and there's a good shot that we may actually play them twice in a matter of just a couple days.
Now, once the OVC tournament gets set, tell us a little bit about it. It's a new format and more teams this year. Tell us a little bit about how that will go, because we will host the tournament for the third straight year.
Yeah, one of the advantages of winning the regular season is that you have the opportunity to host the OVC tournament, and we were fortunate enough to do it to be able to host the last couple years, and very excited about that opportunity again. This year, with the addition of Belmont, our conference tournament field has expanded from 6 to 8. So in the past, if you finished either first or second in the regular season, you had a bye into the semifinals. This year that's not the case because we've added 2 more teams. So we'll start off on Thursday. There'll be 4 matches kind of in that quarterfinal round, and then it kind of progress from there.
And of course the finals will be on Saturday, usually in the evening about 6 o'clock.
Yes.
So that'll be so just pay attention to msueagles.com. They'll update you in the standings. Of course, I guess when the regular season ends on Saturday, then they'll come out Sunday or early Monday with the pairings. So that'll be a good time. I know until you coaches and the teams probably know a little bit about how it's going to go. But until it's official, I guess you can't really plan.
Right, right. But one of the things that we do know is, as the host institution, the time slot that we'll play in, so that'll be Thursday night at 7 o'clock. We just won't know who that opponent is. We'll be the 1 seed, but based on how it all plans out, we'll see who slots right into that 8 seed.
Jaime Gordon is our guest, Eagle Sports Coaches Show, talking a little Eagle volleyball. The Eagles on a roll, as Jaime said, 20 in a row. And over the past weekend, you went down to Belmont and Tennessee State and had 2 good matches with those 2 clubs.
Yeah, that was a big weekend for us. So we knew that kind of going into the season. 2 teams that were picked to finish in the top half of the conference. Belmont picked to finish second, and Tennessee State, always a tough place to play. And so we knew it was going to be a tough and difficult weekend for us. I was really pleased with the way that our team stayed focused and really attacked each match, and they were challenging ones for us, but we were fortunate to come out with a couple wins.
As we've talked about this before, I think the fact that these young ladies really have been, I don't know, putting their nose to the grindstone. Anything you ask for, they do. And now as the postseason approaches, as a coach, you can't let up on them, but then in a way, if they have nicks and bangs and everything else, practice-wise, you don't want to be too hard on them.
Right, and you need to be efficient. We're not spending as much time from a practice standpoint as we were, let's say, at the beginning of the year, where we were doing a lot of teaching and implementing offenses and defenses. Now we're able to be a lot more efficient, but at the same time, we look at it as opportunities to get better. For example, Monday, we spent a lot of time watching film, and even though we came out of that weekend with 2 good wins and that championship, we took a real critical eye on some of the things that we weren't doing well, and finding opportunities to improve. Because anytime a team, regardless of their record or what they've accomplished, if you become complacent in that success, that's when you're going to stumble. And I think our team has done a great job, and the individuals on our team have done a great job of coming in every day saying, hey, today is an opportunity for me to get better. How do I do that?
I know Southeast Missouri State clinched their side, the west side of the thing. Tell us a little bit about what teams may come in here for the tournament and what can we expect?
The one thing that you can expect is some great volleyball. I think that, and I don't know how many sports can actually say this in our conference, that all 8 teams, I think from the 1st seed to the 8th seed, are all capable of putting together 3 wins and going on. And so there's no easy start or easy matchup. While we have a pretty good overall record, we haven't had a cakewalk through it. We've really had to battle night in, night out, and we've been able to be quite fortunate to come on the winning side of some very close matches. So it's going to be a battle, and I think there'll be some surprises, and it should be a fun week of volleyball.
So you'll probably have SEMO, of course. Out of our division, you'll probably have Belmont and Tennessee State.
Yeah, Belmont and Tennessee State will. Looks like Jacksonville State as well, and Eastern Kentucky is kind of in that. They're kind of fighting for one of those final spots. You've got Austin P that's doing really well on the west side. Tennessee Martin that's done well, and Eastern Illinois has really been probably as we look in the conference, they're a team that's really been putting on some good momentum here down the stretch.
So what would you like to see out of your girls in the final regular season 2 matches?
More consistency on some of the areas that we should be better at this point in the season. I think our talent has been good. I think the approach that we've been taking has been strong, but there's some detail areas that I think we've gotten a little bit lax on, that we need to kind of dial in and refocus on. And if we can get some of those pieces taken care of tonight and Saturday, I'll feel a little bit better going into the conference tournament.
As we head down the regular season, let's talk about your seniors. Tell us a little bit about each one of them in your words.
It's been an amazing group. When you think that you've got a group of 4 student athletes and what they've accomplished, 3 straight regular season titles, a conference record that's pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing, yeah.
You know, they've done it, but they've done it in a very first-class manner. Ellie Robertson's having a career season for us. She's received quite a bit of recognition, both on the conference level and nationally. Caitlin Clark has really stepped into that leadership role of running our offense and really being a good, consistent offensive player for us. Erin Bohannon is one of the best all-around players in our region. She's one of the 6 rotation players that is a fantastic server, tremendous serve receive passer, but then can really get on a tear offensively, and she's been a critical piece to our success. And then Annie Grunschlager, who's she broke our school record in blocks this year, has really taken a competitive charge, and has kind of been at times that emotional leader for us on the court. So you put those 4 together, you know, they can have a big impact on the outcome of a match.
Make a coach a lot easier, doesn't it?
It makes my job a lot easier. I can just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Well, Eastern Kentucky on Wednesday night, at Austin P on Saturday, and of course, stay tuned earlier in the week. Check out MSUEagles.com for the official Ohio Valley Conference volleyball tournament pairings. Of course, the Eagles in action at Weatherby Gym next Thursday. The late game and
Yep, that'll be the last
the late
match.
game, and then the opponent will be decided on Wednesday during the first round of the OVC tournament. Jamie, always a pleasure. We'll do this another couple of times, hopefully all the way till you get to go to the big dance.
Well, that would be a lot of fun. We'll take it day by day, but we're enjoying it.
Jamie Gordon, volleyball coach at Morehead State University. We'll come back with more. This is the Eagle Sports Coaches Show.